4 o'clock. A 3.5 earthquake strikes just off the coast. Here's a map of where it happened. You can see it was centered just offshore, about 3 miles in between Daly City and Pacifica, and about 9 miles from downtown San Francisco. KRON 4's Dan Kerman spoke to people who felt the quake and joins us now live from Daly City. Dan?
Well, I got to tell you, Mark, people were certainly rattled, and for most, it didn't feel like that kind of rolling thing we're used to, but very sharp and very jolting. At Nora's Patisserie, the baked goods remained safe. The chandelier shook a little bit, but nothing fell off the shelves. But nerves were rattled.
We felt this huge jolt, and it wasn't. Weren't sure if it was a huge truck that went by, but I was just ready to jump out the door. I thought it was an earthquake, but other people thought it might be a bomb going off or an earthquake. It wasn't like a normal earthquake that sort of rolls. It was much more of a strong, huge jolt.
Everything stayed on the shelves across the street at this hair salon as well.
It felt like if a car ran into the building, it was a big jolt. It didn't shake like what it usually does. It moves back and forth. It's like a big jolt. And I jumped on Shelly.
Down the street at this Walgreens, the overhead signs moved about a bit, but nothing fell off the shelves here either. But once again, there was no missing the earthquake.
I felt a small rumble, but I really thought just a car hit the side of the store or something, because usually earthquakes last a little bit and, some seismic activity. But, some people panicked a little bit. Nothing fell on the shelf, but everything was okay.
And we're back live here along Mission Street. We've also been down San Pedro talking with businesses, some of whom you've heard from. So for the most part, nothing damaged, but definitely some nerves rattled. Mark?
Thank you, Dan, for the update. Now USGS scientist Carol Prentice joining us live on the phone with more on the earthquake. Good afternoon, Carol.
Hello.
Hello, Carol. So I think the question everybody asks that probably no one has the answer to is, what does it mean?
Well, it means that we live in a seismically active area and that people in the Bay Area should be prepared for earthquakes at any time. Certainly, it's possible to have much larger earthquakes than this. This is fairly small.
Now, about 3.5 weeks ago, we had a 3.3 a little farther here up the San Andreas Fault, just off the coast from the San Francisco Zoo. Talk a little bit about how one quake may relieve or put more pressure on other parts of the fault.
Well, these small earthquakes probably don't have too much effect, and it's not unusual to have earthquakes of this size, even several that close together in time. So other than telling us that we do live in a seismically active area, they're not particularly significant. Now, any particular earthquake, we never know when it occurs, whether it's a foreshock to a larger earthquake or not.
All right, so I guess the best thing here is just a reminder to make sure we have our earthquake kits ready.
Exactly. It's a very good reminder to take a look at your preparedness.
All right, Carol Prentice with the USGS, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.